Hey guys, it's Ricky G Reviews here with the exciting find today from Target.
Target!
This is the 100% die-cast metal Nano Metalfigs, the X-Men pack. This was really cool to see. I had seen it online and I thought I had missed it, but I guess I looked right in time to find it. I've been hearing rumors that these metal figs are being slowly reduced in stores, like reduced stock, because I guess they're not selling well or something. I don't know, like Walmarts are not carrying them anymore. I see them slowly restocking at Walmart. I know that the ones that are always staying behind are the wrestling figures, that no one likes those, but the other figures I always see the pegs empty, and I'm assuming it's because people are buying them. But right now, like the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Incredibles set and current DC set, they have been peg warming for a while, so it might be those. Those are weak packs though, so they need to step up their game. Anyways, let's take a look at these. Or actually, I also got the Infinity War Part 2. I think this is the second pack for Infinity War. I got the first pack that had like Loki and Rocket and Vision and Groot, but this one has the Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Gamora, the Iron Spider, and Thanos. Looking very cool. I can't wait to get that. Thanos is really the only reason I got this. Doctor Strange and Spider-Man look cool though too. Steady. Right, and the slide out. Yeah, oh, that looks really cool. They're out. Alright, so we're going to be taking a look at the Infinity War figures first. Here is the Iron Spider, looking really cool. The shininess of the metal just kind of lends to the suit. Kind of a metallic, shiny looking suit in the movie. Kind of skimped out on the spider in the back here. Missing some details, but for the most part, looking really nice. This costume is really growing on me. Next is the Doctor Strange. I wish it came with some effects, but it looks really cool still. I like the cape, how it's really, you see the depth in it. It's kind of wishing right here. Of course, he has the Eye of Agamotto there. Right, here we have Iron Man. The weapon coming out. Looks cool. Kind of the details on the face are a little bit on the lacking side, but it's a very sleek design in the movie, and it's very sleek here. It almost looks like it's a wetsuit or something. And now we have Gamora. Lots of dark colors. Not really much to say about her. She does have her weapon being almost drawn here. It looks cool. There's she's wearing like black pants, and he has like a tannish jacket kind of going on. In different lighting you can tell. And the man himself, this is the Infinity War Thanos in the MCU, looking pretty damn cool, I must say. His size is really cool compared to all the other very thick looking, although it's still not, definitely not in scale at all. This line is not no scale at all. I wish he was a little bit more detailed, especially on the arms. He's supposed to have the lines going down, and I'm not going to try to get too close to his chin, but I don't think he has the lines there either. And oh my goodness, I'm going to have to paint the gauntlet.
You know, this is the fun part of this whole technique. And just beat the devil out of him.
Because he doesn't have the colors that he's supposed to have, which is a fail. That's a big complaint right there. Alright, so we're moving on to the X-Men box set now, and here is Emma Frost. I'm not shying away from the cleavage, like Hasbro Marvel Legends have been lately. But she still looks like she's gonna run for office or something, kind of wearing the pantsuit, but that's okay. Still looks cool. Got the corset, kind of a texture going on there. It's really nice. Here we have Colossus, looking really nice. They really nailed the front of his costume. No smudging or anything. They're very clean. I wish he did have the lines going in on his metallic skin. But other than that, this is a pretty damn good Colossus. I'm very, very happy with the Colossus. They even got the hair right. You know, Widow's Peak going straight back. Very square looking. Very cool. And here we have the Scarlet Witch. And she's kind of doing like the Spider-Man hand signs. The thwipping. It's not very noticeable from afar, but when you get close, you kind of see, I guess she's doing her hex powers. But I really like how much space it takes. I like how the cape is. I like that it doesn't go all the way down to her feet. It's kind of blown in the air. Her hair and her hand kind of mixing is kind of weird, but it's still cool. Very nice looking. And here we have Storm, and that's about the prettiest face I've seen on any of these Nano Metallic figs. Very worthy of it too, this character. Showing the midriff, I think that's what it's called. I don't know. But she's in her black costume. Looking very nice. Wish they had the thigh-high boots instead of pants, but other than that, it's really cool. I like her headband. Alright, so here we have Wolverine, and at least all the details are come through in the face. From afar it looks better than it does closer. At least you can see all the claws, all 6 claws are visible. It's kind of like the Astonishing X-Men costume, and right here you can see they kind of goofed up with the shoulder pads in the color of the yellow there, but that's okay. And now we have Havoc. I think this one would also benefit from some effects of his superpowers. Kind of a weird pose, but at least the costume is very sleek. No complaints. And then we have Sabretooth. This one's really cool. I like the size that they were able to get him at. Almost, I think, as big as the Colossus. Still smaller, but still big. And got the pointy elbows and everything. I'm really glad they were able to get the stripes on the legs and on the biceps. Here we have Jean Grey from First Class. Very classic and executed very well. That's an A right there. Kitty Pryde sharing the same costume. Almost looks like they wanted to put the Lockheed Dragon there.
Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales. It's almost time for Dragon Tales. Come along.
Maybe I can make one out of clay or something. And here we have Iceman with, I think this is going to be the first out of the 2 figures that actually have their superpower effects in display. And I don't think I've seen any other Nano figures from like in the store and stuff. I haven't seen any that show superpowers like this one and another one do that I'm going to show in a second here. But here's the ice. It was pretty easy for them to do. And one thing that I would say about this figure is that they were able to paint it in such a way where it looks kind of like a dry ice. So that's very cool. They didn't have to do that. They could just paint a metallic like anybody else, but you still have the effect of ice. It does look like ice. Very cool. X-23. I like that they were able to get the 2 claws by blending it in with the hairs for more support. Because, you know, they can't just leave them out like that. They'd be too dangerous if they were actually sticking out. I think that's why they did that with Wolverine as well here in the back. But good execution there. The face is kind of... No, don't look at the face too hard. But other than that, very cool looking. X-23, Laura. This is Laura. And now we got Beast. I don't know why they tried to do an amalgam of Beast and Forge, because now he's all like... all this technology all over him, which was not necessary at all. This is one of the complaints I do have with these figures, is that they had some really weird costume choices. Up to now, I think they've all been okay, but here's where we start with the weird costume choices. This is definitely one of the weirdest. He has like a fire extinguisher in the back here. or God forbid, like a Mr. Freeze thing going on.
Let's kick some ice.
But it's still Beast. Psylocke. And I pretty much based which, they had 2 packs there, and I pretty much based which pack I decided on getting between comparing the paint jobs on Psylocke, Magneto, the Jubilee, the Jean Grey, and Mystique. I know that's a lot of them, but it's mostly the women. For some reason, I just have to have them looking as nice as possible. This is one of my favorite female superhero costumes. Looks really cool. It came out really well. They do have some purple in her hair, so they got that right. It would have been cool to have some pink effect right here with her like stabby psionic powers. Other than that, it looks really cool. This pink thing doesn't go all the way around. It's another negative, but other than that, it looks really cool. The flesh tone is good. Mystique, the yellow eyes coming across very nicely. Got the skull above the forehead. It would have been cool if they gave her a black pistol. That would have been cool, but they got a really good pose for her. Out of all the figures, this is one of the figures that needed a pose like this. She pulls it off. Here we go. We got another weird costume choice. This is the Rogue from the Uncanny Avengers. I think that's the name of the team, and I'm not a fan of that. It would have been really cool to get Rogue in her original, or at least her Jim Lee costume. This is, I don't know. She looks kind of like a Christmas suit. I love Christmas, but you don't think of Christmas when you think of hopefully they'll grow on me later when the series is long and forgotten. Going back to classics though, this is the Jubilee, and I think they tried to get some firecrackers here in her hand, but it looks like she just like chewed a bunch of bubblegum and spit it out in her hand. F for effort. Got really big shorts. Still, all the colors go together very nicely. You know exactly who it's supposed to be, and it's looking very nice. Very cool. And the last bad costume choice, and I think this is the worst one, is the Cyclops. Although I'm not totally against the costume. The kind of red X here is kind of cool, maybe, I guess. But I didn't like the story. I didn't like how he was bad. And they could have really, really wowed me with the Jim Lee Cyclops. But this is definitely not that. And another weird thing is that you don't know where to put this guy because of the implications of his suit. Kind of a bad guy, I don't know. Maybe they reintegrate him in the X-Men with this. I haven't been reading Marvel Comics. Any of the modern stuff for I guess the last 5 years or so haven't intrigued me whatsoever. And damn, this Magneto is super cool. Almost looks like he's levitating. They really pulled that off with the tippy toe and the edges of his cape. Looks very, very nice. And if there's one figure that had to get right, it was probably this one. And they did. They really did. It looks really cool. I think this is one of the other characters that I based off my decision. For the most part, this is a very good figure. Man, my camera was not focusing there, but this is the best looking angle of the Magneto. And here we have the Professor X himself. Although it doesn't look like a wheelchair, I wish it looked more like a wheelchair, or at least give him the yellow hover chair with his legs coming out. This is more of a new age type of thing. It's alright, but it's Professor X, so you gotta respect it. And I think my absolute favorite was this Phoenix. It would be so cool to get a Dark Phoenix in the future. Here's another example of them having the effects coming across in the figure, and I think they kind of had to. It's kind of a staple of the Phoenix, having that fiery Phoenix behind her. And it came out really nice. Looks weird from the back, but from the front, looks perfect. Overall, I'm very happy with all the figures. Really beefs up my Nano Metal figure collection. And my favorites are here in the front with the Scarlet Witch, Storm, Professor X, the Phoenix, Magneto, Colossus, Psylocke, and Jubilee. It goes to show how many there are in this set because I just named a bunch and there's still a whole bunch in the back. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Also let me know which figures were your favorites from this pack, and let me know if there are any new packs coming out. Kitty Pride. Oh shit, I meant be very still. Looking. Here we have Colossus. Oh shit. Oh, didn't really work. This, I don't even know what you call this. This.